Okay, we are here. What is up, everyone? This is the first episode of we don't know how many. Could be 100.
Yes, this could be hundreds, a limited series. There is no number at the moment.
Could be 1,000. Could be 1.
One.
So this is the first episode of From the War Room, a Parabellum podcast. Came up with that on the spot today. I'm here today with co-founder Justin Korlevic, J-Core, the real J-Core, and the one, the only, the longest standing member of SXD, Parabellum, and many others. Only that. I just want to pronounce your name the way I always spell it.
I know, that's why I'm like very quiet.
QingLong.
Saying it.
Steven, my man, the one and only, still rocking the SXD hoodie.
Oh yeah,
he's got to. We've got one guy, one in the chat, tense right now. How you got an SXD hoodie on? Shake my head. Well, because he's repping old school. J-Core's got the old school
referring to me or Steve?
As well. And we just gotta go with it. We gotta go with the times and just chill, you know. So, really, we don't have too much of a format for tonight. This is more so of an open conversation with the boys. We want to give you guys a deep look into what we have been going through from kind of day one since Steven's here. And even we can go beyond that with Justin. Maybe one day. We don't have to go too far into it. We do have one recording of the Shattered Dreams podcast. Actually, two. That was never released. So if you guys like this, maybe we will release the first ever Shattered Dreams episode. We'll see. We need more followers on social for that. That was an exciting one. Okay, so I mean, why doesn't everyone introduce themselves? Justin, you can go first, then we'll go Steven. I don't need to introduce myself.
Oh wow, okay, Mr. I'm special.
I'm joking.
Okay, great.
Justin, you go first. Since you're center screen right now.
I was gonna say I'm very zoomed in too.
Everyone's zoomed in. Everyone's nice and close. We want everyone to see that beautiful face.
For anyone who doesn't know, my name is Justin, aka J-Core. Me and Chris co-founded this a long time ago. In esports years, it's about 17 decades, but it's actually only been 3 years, give or take. Oh my God, it's only been 3 years. You know what's funny is we keep saying that over and over again, like, oh my God, it's only been 3 years, but it's genuinely a shock to us every time we think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And sorry, yeah. So we and Chris started Shattered Dreams, and then now we have become something better. We have evolved into Parabellum Esports. The first ever manager we ever had was this guy to my right here.
Hello.
Yeah, he's to your right on the screen.
Yeah.
He's below me down on the Discord.
Steve, you want to introduce yourself, buddy?
Why don't you introduce yourself?
That was my great segue, too.
Oh, I should have called him that. Anyways, yeah, so I'm Steven, aka QingLong, anything you want to call me. No one can barely spell my name. So
QuingLong.
People still get that wrong, even though I have it like literally written up properly. Anyways, yeah, so I'm Steven, QingLong, anything you want to call me. I was the first manager that joined XXD officially, signed along with the U Ottawa CSGO team, or Division A team rather. Of course, right now currently I'm the CSGO team manager for Parabellum Esports, and yeah, I basically do all three roles on the team.
Scuba
Analyst,
Steve.
manager.
No shit smokes.
Yeah. Oh man, that's the most important thing of my philosophy, man. Can't miss smokes. Can't miss nades. Can't miss smokes.
That was good. We can go right into that if you guys want.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that kind of brings us back all the way to our first kind of event together. So Steven, you were the first person to send us an application on, I'm pretty sure it was by email. It was like July. Like we had just launched, like soft launched the brand, and you were like in those DMs, and I was like, this can't be real. It's already happening. August comes along, we start talking, all that starts, and like you're still here, and it's February of 2021. So that's dedication, people. This is the guy you want in your org. So yeah, we our first event together, I guess, was sorry, I'm reading the chat at the same time because I'm just loving
I know,
this.
I just did too.
Yeah,
I was very quietly gonna let that one pass, but okay, we can talk about you too, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
We'll have you
up.
on. We'll have you on one day too. So February. It's almost been. I guess it's been 2 whole years since we went to Atlanta ETS the first time, right?
Yeah.
And that's where we learned all about Steven and his love for smokes. So for those of you in the chat,
Smoke grenades. Smoke grenades.
No smokes. Just don't throw shit smokes. Make that the ongoing hashtag for our CSGO team. So if those of you who don't know, Steven, what's a smoke?
Oh, it's
For those iRacing people.
Well, to simply put it, smoke it basically allows you to put up a soft cover when you're hitting a site to a point where they can't see you.
You understand that you're supposed to explain it, not make it more confusing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, smoke. I don't know. Literally a smoke. Can't see.
It's a smoke grenade.
Yeah.
It's a smoke grenade. They can't see you. You can't see them. Simple as that.
Awesome.
See, LAN ETS was the weekend I learned how much I love his coaching strat, which is let's play Smash till like 4 a.m. and then go over our notes until 5.
Yeah.
Guys, let's get some good sleep. Let's get some
Breakfast.
food. Let's get breakfast. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then let's just not throw shit smokes. That was it.
That was a just.
And as a whole, we only did one of those 3.
Not even one. It's like half of those.
We threw one
Threw a
shit
couple
smoke.
shit, yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was a really good weekend. That kind of introduced Justin and I to like the whole LAN scene outside, like the tournament LAN scene. We learned a lot. We met a lot of really cool people. It's the first time we literally last minute invited Alex from OG with us, and just
Good choice, by the way.
and just said, "Yo, let's go for a drive to Montreal." Me, Justin, Mahoov, and Alex cooped up in a car. There's the 4 of us,
You gotta
right?
appreciate like, hey, you want to come to Montreal?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. When? Friday.
Cool.
Perfect. We'll pick you up at the Go train. So we picked Alex up. I think we stopped every time we saw a Tim Hortons. We stopped for a Tim Hortons. Mahoov got an extra large coffee. It was about the size.
Not kidding.
2 sizes of my head.
Hang on. An extra large coffee, 2 cream, 1 milk. It's a very, very aggravating order, if you ask me.
It's that extra sweet. No sugar.
What? Okay, is it like a thing about the percentage amount that we're putting in? Like we need 10% cream, another 10% cream, and then like what? I just need that extra 2%.
That extra 2%.
That little extra shot is what's going to make the coffee.
Hey, it's just all preference.
I mean, we made it there in, I think, record time. Mahoov.
Yeah, considering we stopped every single time, he like the lead foot and the coffee could just pedal to the floor, boys.
It was good. A couple of bags of jerky and we're ready to roll. It was a lot of fun. So we meet the boys. Most intimidating Airbnb host ever.
Oh,
he was like,
yes, the military guy.
He was like, he spoke like 18 languages. He greeted us in every single one. And then he basically told us that the 9 people, however many we were, the 9 people that were there, not one extra person is allowed to come. He will find us and he will kill us.
And we were like,
and we're like, yeah, no problem.
okay,
man.
sir.
Cool.
Oh, I remember that story.
He was scary. You guys, I guess, came a little bit after, right?
Yeah, I think we were surprised you guys got there that fast, to be honest. Because we were not expecting you guys to get there before us. And we were like only an hour and a half away.
And Mahoov flew
We
there.
were not expecting to beat you there either, trust me.
Hey guys, Tim's, you guys want a coffee? No, we're good. Well, I got to get one.
Oh boy.
Every single time.
So you guys got there. I think after you guys came, we went for, I don't know if we went for the first meal. I think we went to Three Brewers that night. We ordered 2 of the big kegs.
Oh yeah, we had brew tenders.
Yeah.
We got a couple of
the best part was like the team as a whole was so surprised. They're like, "Wait, you guys are like okay if we drink?" We're like, "What? Welcome to esports. If you can do it, go."
That was a lot of fun. And then that's where, if anyone remembers, that's where the first J-Core emote was created. There's an image from there.
Right.
It's in our Discord server, I think. It could be. And it's the best shot of J-Core just looking back and with his little shocked face.
A piece of history was made that night.
Piece of history was made that night. It was. And those beautiful jerseys you guys got to rock all weekend.
Yeah, we were so happy with that.
Hey, we were happy with it too. The J-Core eyes. Yeah, Piggy, we don't have that emote here anymore, but we do have a new emote we just got approved in the chat if you guys are subs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I should sub.
Maybe I should sub. So, I mean, I don't think that weekend, like, obviously competitively, it didn't go as well as we thought, as we hoped, but I think we had a good enough time and we learned so much about that weekend that we did not
really
care.
Good learning experience.
It was
like a really good one.
We got to meet you guys. We got to learn about the BYOC land style, the fast-paced craziness that happened. And I mean, I really enjoyed it. I'm sure you guys did too. So much so we went back last year. Or 2 years ago. I'm lost. No, we went last year. Last year, that was yeah. So I guess that was the last land that we went to right before all this stuff happened. Which is insane. Last year, Piggy's saying last year because Piggy was there too.
Piggy was there last year.
What else happened that weekend? Let's talk about breakfast.
Went to this secret Mexican restaurant in the
hole
in the wall.
You know, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, where it was $3 a tequila shot if you bought the homemade one, or it was like $6 for on the shelf. So we were like, okay, homemade tequila. But we had 4 trays, if I remember right. We had 4 dozen.
You had four trays.
You had 4 trays.
I may have had a tray.
It was no.
But I did. Me and Stretch.
Consider Stretch.
Good old. We had our own nickname for him actually. If any of the old guys are still watching, we used to call him Mr. President because this guy would never answer any of his messages. I remember there was one point. Yeah, I remember there was one point we had a league match on like literally 2 hours prior, right? And then this guy, we would spam literally every social media this guy had. He would not answer. Like he has a phone, but he's just like one of those people who just never used it.
I respect him.
Yeah, it's
great. It was a pain.
That's how Justin is. I'm pretty sure I sent him a message yesterday morning. He's responded to all of the messages except for that one, and it was the most important one. But we'll leave that.
I'm gonna be dead honest. I actually started looking at my Discord really quick because I'm like, where?
It's probably in there with all the other shit that I send you. We have our own separate conversation that we have in all different areas, and it's like we're talking about this here, we're talking about this here, we're talking about this here, this here. So that's just how
it's awkward when we're having 3 conversations at once across 3 different platforms.
And we're sitting next to each other in person.
It helps. We need to keep a record of what we said.
Yeah.
Try being in like 15 group chats.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're also
that's not
in
an
that
issue.
too.
We're in those.
Yeah. You have a Discord designated for a specific thing, and you're still talking about it in a private chat. Yeah, exactly. That's just
you might own an esports team.
That's just how it is. Yeah, you're part of an esports org. Yeah, so there's that. That
From
Mexican place.
That...
No, hold on. No, guys, we have to talk about breakfast.
Oh man,
we have to talk about breakfast. And I wish Alex was here right now to talk about that from his perspective, probably thinking that we're the most crazy people. Who wants to tell that story?
I think it should be done from the player side of things.
Yes,
because
oh man, I think so. I'm pretty sure this was the first night where we spent almost 3-4 hours into the morning playing Smash, and then we went over like an hour of strats as well. Like just hey, here's a rundown of what we need to do. Just don't throw garbage smokes. And then
don't throw shit smokes. Get it right. Don't throw shit smokes. Just get
You're
it
right. You're definitely
that will never not make me laugh.
Hey, it's an important thing in the game, and a lot of people overlook it. Anyways, I think Wahoo comes up and offers breakfast to us. So he got all of our orders down. We wrote it down. I think we have a picture of that still running around. I still have the book, by the way.
I literally just sent it to you in the Discord. It's gonna be hard for everyone to see on stream if possible, but that is the order right there.
Yes.
When you're done, I'll read the order out, and we'll go.
Yeah. So
You're gonna read out the.
I'm gonna read out the order.
uh,
I just texted it to Mahoov recently too, like today. So.
Yeah, so Mahu grabs our order. He's like, all right, I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to grab breakfast for you guys. Don't worry about it, guys. Get a good night rest. And just show up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Come tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow morning, we're ready to play. By the way, we almost missed our first match because we woke up like really late.
Because you guys were up till 5 a.m.
Yeah, you guys weren't awake. I think Stretch stayed awake until the game time because he couldn't sleep. I slept in the living room.
Yep.
And the rest of the boys got their own like rooms and whatnot. But I think we almost missed our game, like very first game, because I think we came really close to oversleeping. So we had to literally rush, get out of bed, and just instantly go. So, come breakfast time or come our first match, we're like, all right, we go to Mahoov. Where's our breakfast, right? I'm pretty sure he's like, nah.
Yo, he wasn't even out of bed.
I know he stayed.
He was out. He was out cold. He woke up in the morning. He's like, oh.
No. There was a solid minute that went by. He's like, good morning, boys. He's got that big smile on his face, so positive. Everything's great. He's like, I'm really excited for today. Where are the boys? Oh, they must be a little late. They started playing.
I think he ended up getting you guys Burger King later on in the day, though.
He did.
Yeah, he felt so bad.
Yeah, so he was supposed to order you guys, and it says on the bottom, Mahoov order. Everything with cream cheese, and a peach drink. Another everything with cream cheese. So you guys love your everything bagels with cream cheese. There's 4 everything with cream cheese. A sausage.
Why?
That's the go-to.
Everything bagel is probably one of the best bagels.
I think we're about to have to stop all conversation.
Okay, time out. Hold on. What's the best breakfast place?
A&W.
Yes, that's the right answer.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah. Anyone else who answers that, you're wrong.
Okay.
We got a bagel belt on an English muffin and a sausage and egg biscuit on francais. So that's probably Justin's order right there. So Mahoov just got back to me. He's like, oh man, I can't believe there's an actual photo of that. We'll never be able to live that down. Aha.
Forget the photo. I still have the book.
Oh, yeah. We'll let him know. We'll let him know the book's still around.
I still have the book. I'm pretty sure
we should take the pages out and send it to him and frame.
We should frame it. We should all sign it and frame it.
Yeah.
Get the boys, get stretched together.
I was going to laminate that thing because it was a pretty hilarious thing. I was going to laminate that, put on a plaque or whatever.
I actually would like a plaque of that. Anyways, from there.
Justin's getting us back on track.
Yeah, but oh wow, I almost went off track about getting back on track, and now I'm off track getting about. Okay, this is getting too meta. Chris, take over. This is why I'm not allowed to host things anymore.
Oh, I don't. So we're in
sidetrack.
We're in February 2018.
No, you know what? No, I'm still angry about this bagel thing. Can we go over everything? Bagel is not the best bagel. Are you kidding me?
It's the best go-to bagel.
Yeah, it's the best. I want something that tastes really good.
It's yeah. Nothing makes me
everything or nothing. Let's go.
Seeds out of all of the orifice of my mouth. Right? Yes. Okay, great.
You have good teeth then. I don't have that problem. I have a big gap in my teeth, so we're good.
Yes, but wouldn't the seeds just chill there?
No.
Okay, second question. Why do you want crunchy ass seeds and rye in your? Oh my god.
How big are the
You guys are making me angry.
Okay, let's move on then. We're done.
Back on track.
We're done with bagels.
No.
we're done with bagels. We have esports to talk about. We have 40 more minutes at least of esports to talk about. So, we're done in February. We come back. I don't know what's next.
I think the next event was EGLX for you guys.
That was October.
No, there
was DreamHack before or
what's in July?
Nothing.
No, I'm pretty sure that was I'm pretty sure that was EGLX because September.
July,
Wait, September was DreamHack.
Piggy's saying after. DreamHack was September. October, 100% October was EGLX. That year must have been, we must have been jam-packed with stuff to do. EGLX was first.
We had moved to
October.
right after.
So then November was DreamHack? I don't know. It doesn't matter. We did both.
Together.
Yeah.
Plus, like with the pandemic that just happened, I don't even think 2020 was a real year. Like I keep saying things happened last year and like talking about 2019.
I honestly, how many times did we go to LAN ETS?
Twice.
Okay. So then
Twice.
2018 February.
No, twice.
I went to 2. You guys went to one without me because I had to work. We've been to 3. You guys have gone to Quebec once without, or Montreal.
No. So we went DreamHack, okay?
I'm sorry, you're right. There's 2 Montreal, 2 Quebecs.
But just okay, yes. Justin didn't come to the second LAN ETS.
Yeah.
The most recent LAN ETS, which was February last year.
Yep.
2020.
Yep.
Justin came to the first LAN ETS, and then he came to DreamHack.
Yep.
Because DreamHack was the one that we had that dope ass like old school house.
Oh my god, it was.
And then we went to like a ghetto ass Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
it was still really good. That house was awesome because like it was something out of Scooby-Doo. Like I started pulling books on the bookshelf because I'm not kidding. I was waiting for something to like move and I would get trapped in the wall with some skeletons or something.
It was a really nice house.
I remember Landon hiding a bunch of my money in there.
Oh my god!
And I'm pretty sure I'm like there's like still $20 lying around somewhere.
So let's talk about that trip.
You guys wouldn't let me ice anyone, so I was really angry.
Well, getting there was the best part.
Oh yeah,
the best part.
The race that we had.
Piggy's bringing up like
Piggy. You gotta. There's things you gotta. We had car A and car B on the way there. And we were having an amazing race, and it was all tweeted live. The great race, Alex says. It was all live tweeted, and it was with me, Landon. Who was in
his girl? You, Landon, Piggy, and oh my god, I feel bad. I'm forgetting her name. Don't feel bad. I forget everyone's name.
Celia was with us.
Thank you. I was.
There we go.
I was like,
is that the real J-Core?
So wrong.
It is the real J-Core.
That is the real J-Core.
But yeah, no, you guys decided to make yourselves Car A.
We were Car
which
A.
offended Car Awesome Sauce Banana Pants.
I was the first person to leave my house, so we were Car A. I got dropped off.
Going to McDonald's in the ghetto is not.
I got dropped off.
That's just poor planning on your part.
No, at the McDonald's at the Weston and 401, and it was like I thought I was gonna get killed. I was in there. I was eating my pancakes, and I'm like, oh my god, this is.
I want to talk to my biggest fan.
Car A till I die.
That's not a.
So Car A till I die. I almost didn't make it to Car A. So we left. You guys ended up meeting. You met at your house, Jess, and then everyone went on their way. I was still waiting to get picked up. You guys were already gone, and it was just like the 15-minute trip for Landon, and we were just all over. We had no idea where you guys were. We thought we were ahead of you. We got a phone call, I guess, coming into Kingston. And we saw this big sign on the highway, and it was like, "Get off now!" It was like flashing at us, and it
was a very, very big, noticeable signs with multiple instances.
It happened a bunch of times, and it was like, "Get off now if you don't want to take 7 hours to get 3 kilometers." And
all right, that giant traffic jam. I forgot about that.
We were in a traffic jam because the highway literally ended.
Yeah.
He stopped, okay?
J-Core
who's like, how is this possible? Why was there no indication? I'm like, dude, there was a sign that literally goes, highway ending in 50 kilometers, highway ending 35 kilometers, highway ending 20 kilometers, dead wall of traffic.
So we got off.
Of course.
We got off the highway because we have a tradition that we go to the yellow submarine. I can't remember what it's called. Piggy, what's it called?
The
Yellow Deli. Oh my god, yeah. So
I remember that because you guys would not stop talking about that.
Dude, the Yellow Deli,
ride.
the Yellow Deli is it's a trip. It's like you have to be there.
They genuinely sacrifice people there.
Yeah, we don't talk about what happens at the Yellow Deli.
Oh, sorry, right.
Okay?
Because if you do,
don't drink the cider. Don't
quite
drink the
literally
cider.
on the chopping block. But
don't drink the cider. So we stopped at the Yellow Deli because we had to. Oh, Jamie was with us too. Jammer was with us.
Oh yeah, yep.
he was in your car.
We had yeah, it was me.
You did?
Yeah, it was me.
No, you did.
No?
He wasn't with us on a trip.
Actually, no, wait. No. He came.
No,
he came
no,
yeah.
no.
He came to the second.
Oh,
ETS.
he came to the second line ETS. I'm getting everything
But
mixed
I
up.
wasn't at.
I was getting everything all mixed up. Yes. So,
Yeah.
guys, my brain doesn't work half the time. You should know that. So, we stopped at the Yellow Deli, and you guys kept going and got stuck in that traffic.
Okay, I was gonna say I would say kept going is a bit of an overstatement. It was more of didn't do anything but sit on the highway for
Piggy-
45 minutes.
Piggy, can you
Oh,
look up
it was
when
more than
DreamHack was?
DreamHack was in September.
It was September 9th, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
It's probably the exact date. I have my wristband here somewhere, but it doesn't matter.
Actually, yo, I still have my stuff. I totally forgot about that.
I've been cleaning up my room.
I was so hyped. I won free tickets to that, thanks to Steph Harvey.
Woo! D Harvey.
Yeah, so we stopped, and you guys, that's when you guys called us and you're like, we're stuck in traffic, we're never gonna get out of this. It's been like this we haven't moved in like an hour, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna eat and we're gonna win. So that's 2 W's in the book. So September 6th to 8th, Piggy says. So Steven, you were off by like a day.
Wow.
Close enough.
So we're eating, we're chilling, we're like, yeah, we got all this time in the world. So we get back in the car and we start going. We're still in Kingston at this point, and you guys are still in like whatever's before Kingston. And
then that is when we decided to begin our deception.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were so angry at that point that not only had you referred to us as car A or car B, like we were some lesser being compared to you guys, but you also started rubbing in our faces that you were eating food and you guys were having a lot of time in your lives. So car Chocolate Thunder, what was some of our other names that we had?
I
Super
can't
Power Ranger, Chocolate Thunder, Power Pants. I don't know. It was awesome. But we decided that we were gonna kind of like hold off a little bit on our updates. So like we got to Kingston.
You guys were already in
30
Metro.
minutes beforehand. Yes, and then it began. Then they got cocky, and we were so happy at this point.
Dude, we thought we were gone.
The disgusting things they said to us. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we're poor innocent gentlemen trying to travel to a different part of our country to show our love and for liberty. And what did they say? Horrific things. Terrible things. Things that I won't even repeat. We had to delete our entire old Instagram for that. Regardless.
We did.
take over.
Everything's been archived.
I become emotional again.
Anyway, so 8 hours later, we're all happy. 6 hours, whatever it is to Montreal. It felt like 20 hours, but we pull up to basically the front of the place, and we get, I guess, maybe 10 minutes before, we got this text message, and I gotta find the photo. It's somewhere, but it's the 3 of you guys with a selfie in front of the place.
Yep.
And it was the
I think
best
to this
photo
day, it's
ever.
genuinely like the 4th selfie I've ever taken.
It
So
was the
beautiful.
biggest middle finger I've ever gotten from anyone without receiving the middle finger. Like that was the best. It was so funny. It was a good start to the weekend, and that's when Landon decided that he was going to hide Justin's money around the house instead of paying him for the weekend.
Brilliant tactic.
That was a hell of a weekend. That was
Oh, yeah.
so that was now our introduction to. So we had the amateur level of esports, and then this was like DreamHack. This was the big shit. This is where we saw the pro teams. We got to meet a whole bunch of people, watch some crazy ass Rocket League in action. It's when the peeps. That's when the peeps hit the scene. Justin was like all over the FGC area. Couldn't find him all weekend. It was just it was a blast. I think one of my favorite brand activations there was that Red Bull tent that they had set up. Sorry, the Monster Energy.
The monster.
Oh yeah, the most.
The
They
Monster.
always
It was
they
so
ran
good.
out of drinks so fast though.
Yeah.
That was so funny. And then it got to the point with the. Do you remember the 5 gum guy?
Mm.
Who was
Oh, oh,
we were,
I
like,
still
walking
have
around,
gum.
like, you know, they're doing their thing. They're giving out their gum. On the Sunday, it got to the point he was literally just like, "Hey, yo,
You
have
got a
some gum."
backpack.
Oh, gives me an entire box. I walk by 32 seconds later, still holding the box. He goes, "Hey, yo!" Boom, hits me with 2 more boxes. I still have 5 gum because of this.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
we
one
got
of
sponsored by 5 Gum that weekend.
We were in,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of my buddies left with like a whole trash bag of 5 gum.
Yeah, that's what Piggy just said in the chat. He said, "Here's the garbage bag." They had the big rolly garbage bins of stuff, and they were just handing them out. The guy's like, "Oh, you want some?" And he grabbed a handful, and he opened my backpack, and he just threw it all in there. I was like peeling out gum for weeks.
Yeah, you had gums. Yeah, you were set essentially.
I was set, no, I'm still set to this day. I'm sure I have packs of gums like sitting here somewhere, and it wasn't horrible gum.
Open my Pokemon cards. Sorry, was that out loud?
Oh yeah.
Justin's bored already. We're only a half hour in to this podcast, so why don't we take a 5-minute break? everyone recoup, think about what you've done, and we'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about what happened at DreamHack, and then let's get into what's going on with the current roster and stuff. So guys,
Yeah.
if you're wondering what we have on right now, some of us have gotten our jerseys, some of us have not. They're coming, I promise. They will be in very soon. Steven still has old school merch on. If you're looking at my head here, if you type in !lifestyle in the chat, we just dropped a brand new lifestyle line that Drew designed. It's sick, it's comfy, and you can get it right now. It just dropped today. !merch to get your esports merch from Innovative Gear. It is dope. It's very comfy as well, and it's going to look great on stage. You cannot get the hoodie that J-Core is wearing anymore, and you cannot get the hoodie that Steven is wearing anymore. But maybe one day we'll bring back the Shattered Dreams brand.
Oh, is that a hint?
That is a hint. So all of you guys who are here right now, we're going to take 5, and we will be right back.
yawn.
It was a deep yawn, and we are back. So we are back. We had a little chat with the boys here. They went and got some water! Hydrate. And while we were doing that, Piggy found the photo.
Oh yes.
I know it's really hard to see with the screen, but that's the shot there.
Yeah, we get it. I'm so white. I have a glare. Ha ha ha.
You're glaring like crazy. So yeah, that was us. We were talking about Montreal before we left for a little break there. That was the shot. That was the big FU without saying FU.
It's one of my finer moments, to be honest.
I get those looks a lot from Justin. We'll be across each other from waves, and he'll look at me and he'll just be like, and I just know, like I can see it right now, the face. ! Hydrate. It's not an actual command, but I'll hydrate anyway.
You do it.
It's good.
Very good.
So, yeah. Damn it. Montreal was a good time. We came back from Montreal, and I think right after that was EGLX, which was more of a chill event for us, local, hometown. We got to meet even more people there, had a ton of fun there. It was just completely different than the other events. Minty in the chat is saying EGLX was so fun. It was.
If I'm not mistaken, that was when the Apex team won.
They cleaned up. They
Yeah.
won.
Yeah,
They won
I
two tournaments that weekend. It was really. Plus, I got to hug you guys.
Yeah, that's when we were allowed to make.
That's when we were allowed to even like see each other.
Yeah,
So
the good old days.
And then I had to carry Nep's chair out because he physically couldn't do it. It was between that and the fact that he was so floored that Mason was able to. I'm like, yeah, Mason's like a man.
Mason's secretly jacked under that
Mason
small frame.
Actually, like he takes it off, he's just shredded completely, like just He-Man style. Like everyone's like, oh, he's only like 5'2", but he actually takes off his shirt. He's 6'1". It's incredible. That's why, but like that's why he kind of struggled a little bit.
He has no fat in his legs. Legit. Doesn't he? Yeah, doesn't he wrestle or something? He does some kind of crazy sport.
He's a little bulldog.
He probably
he's so like lovable.
His legs are all muscles.
See, told you.
Yeah, EGLX hometown event, and then I can't remember. Yeah, then that was kind of it for the year. That was October, and then just small events at Waves and stuff, and then we were doing what?
We were doing the charity streams at that point.
Yes, lots of charity streams.
Streams that were happening. Those were so much
Those
fun.
were a lot of fun. I miss those days. Having all the everyone. Oh, our Christmas parties.
Oh.
Honestly, like that's like the one thing I loved about having this team in general is like those kind of just chill nights we have with each other. Those are the best. I look forward to those so much. I've been so sad because of the pandemic. We haven't been able to do any of them.
I think what it comes down to is like we established ourselves locally, right? And I think that's important for anyone listening. Like if you're looking at ever being a part of an org or starting an org or whatever, org running, if you saw my tweet the other day, it's not easy. The three of us stress ourselves out. I'm surprised that I'm not gray. No, I'm not saying people say it's easy, but everyone wants to start one.
In their defense, it's super easy to start an org.
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievably hard to have a proper and successful org.
Right.
Yep.
It's more than just having 3 guys playing under one name. That means nothing. Me, the 3 of us could start a Pokemon team. That doesn't mean anything, right?
Right. But I think the whole local aspect and having a place like Waves behind us has been our key to success. Without having a venue, without having somewhere for all of us to meet, even if it was us going to the Hive, it would have been a different thing. But we've been able to establish at a venue, at a gaming facility, who we now basically is part of our family, right? So, PBLM competitive Pokemon team. Justin will make it happen. So yeah, I mean, I miss all of that stuff. Not being able to see the players and the like. Nep's probably like 8 feet tall by now too, right? So we'll see. I owe Nep a photo shoot. He was supposed to model for the day 1 drop, and I wasn't able to get him in there, but we owe him for sure.
I know. I'm not supposed to make fun of him, but Alex, buddy, if you're still here, those photos for the founder stuff. Oh, buddy. I cannot. I was like saying to Chris, I'm like, he's about to drop the hardest street rap album.
We should make.
Out on 2 CDs.
I'm gonna do an album cover of it now, just because you said that. We're gonna
Oh my God.
Do it.
Dude, from the mean streets of GTA, like. Oh, that post was everything.
We'll just do like the e-gaming album, the e-gaming playlist. Yeah. So about that, and then after that was the second version of LAN ETS that Justin didn't come to. Wasn't as exciting. We had fun, but we only had we didn't have much competitive going on other than Piggy playing NHL.
Yeah, at that time, I think with the second ETS, we had our second iteration of our CSGO roster when we picked up the advanced team in season 33.
Did they play at ETS or no?
Originally, we were planning to go, but just based on how we were performing at the time, we felt like it wasn't really, like, we weren't really prepared for it. Even if we did go, it probably wouldn't have been that successful in the sense.
That, my friend, is why he is still with us, because he's uses his brain. We could have gone. We could have spent $1,000 on the team to go there, but you made the executive decision to say we're not ready. We're not going to go. But we still went, and we went and we scouted and we looked around and we went to go see our friends that live in Montreal, and we had a good time. We had a chill weekend instead of having to stress about, is this team going to win? Did we waste our money? Are we going to see an ROI on this event? No, we went for the experience as always, and we went to go chill with everyone. Landon had to drive my car home that weekend, but that's a completely different story.
Yeah, I was wondering why he was driving your car.
I wasn't feeling too hot. The night before, we went a little bit too hard. Just remember, I remember being at Esports Central and all of us just cheering. Was that was the OCG weekend, wasn't it? Was that OCG Please Sign Me?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. We were all trying to get signed by OCG that weekend.
Well, Jamie especially, he was the one training it the whole night.
Yeah, he was.
Hanging out with them at EGLX.
They're
so
great. They're great boys. They're like our family rivals. We love it.
Oh yeah.
Only because they're from Montreal, we can say they're family. But if they were from Toronto, we'd have some issues. So let's dive into what's going on now, Steven. Like, let's tell us about the team. Excuse me. Who's the roster? And like, what's going on? Tell us.
So with the current iteration that we have now, we ended up picking up this roster, I think 8 months ago from when they started from Open. So, but how the ESCA leagues are divided, it's from the bottom up. It's Open, IM, or Intermediate, Main, Advanced, Premier, and then you have Pro League. For 8 months ago, after we dropped our advanced rosters due to internal reasons, we were on the lookout, or rather I was scouting out potential prospects and whatnot. And I found a crew, a full 5 team, which is initially what I wanted to do to begin with. You know, get a team that's already established, inexperienced as they may be, you can easily build them up from the bottom up. Pick them up, roll with them for a month of a trial period to see how they did in, you know, the lower tier leagues. Surprisingly though, they went through the leagues pretty quick and they essentially learned the game really fast. I came in as a coach to sort of help them establish structure and order and be a bit more organized. You know, and this core specifically is a fairly young core. They don't between the ages of like 17 and 20, right? So it's very easy to teach them like core values, set foundations for them, stuff like that, which, you know, providing to a bit more of an older player, it would be a bit harder to learn on the fly.
So you're
but
telling
for these
me that
guys,
they're moldable?
Yes, that's the word. They're moldable. So, in terms of, I guess, molding them to how I wanted them to play.
Sorry, I had
sure.
I like that word, moldable.
Yeah, it's the perfect word to use here, right? In terms of figuring how to, you know, bring my philosophy and my foundation to them, and then sort of adapt what they have as well. You know, molding is the perfect term here. They ended up pretty much exceeding all expectations that I had in terms of how they handled the game and handled themselves. I mean, if you look at them statistically, within an 8-month period, they bumped up 2 divisions, right? And that's not an easy feat to do. And the score lines between each division at that time was, as Open was 11-5, or sorry, 13-3, and then IM was 11-5, right? To go from Open to main in a span of 8 months, it's a pretty decent feat, right? Especially at that level. Oh yeah, and you both have watched their games as well. I mean, sometimes you could be ass clenching every single time. Other times it's a complete
last
blowout.
week.
Oh,
You can see the difference now that they're at the level where they should be playing at, because they're entertaining and they're long. Well, they're maybe too long. They're long games, but yeah, last weekend the last game I was watching, I was like, I sent you that message. I'm like, yo, what happened? All of a sudden it was like 13-13, and I'm like, oh my god.
yeah,
They pulled it off though. They pulled it off.
Oh yeah. With teams in main nowadays, I mean, you're playing a bit more structured teams, right? It's not like in IM and Open where you can do a lot of dumb plays and still make things work. Like people in
finally at a level where if you make those mistakes, you're gonna get punished for it, kind of thing,
Exactly, right? So you got to play a bit more structured. You have to understand that, hey, I can't just throw crap smokes all the time or miss nades. Brandon, I'm looking at you. You know who you are. So you can't miss nades like that.
He calls him out. The sweetest man on the planet.
That's the thing.
Called you out.
Hey, he knows. That's the thing he's been working on for the last couple of months, right? Just making sure that he can make nades
You just
work.
gotta put that in later. That's gonna be our new hashtag. Is hashtag don't throw.
Brandon got thrown under the bus.
Hey, he knows. That's the whole thing.
We have a question in the chat right now. Do you guys win all of your pistol rounds?
Ooh.
Oh god.
In the tournament, was that the tournament you guys won every single knife round? The only knife rounds that you lost, you actually lost those games.
Yeah, so in the Memory Express tournament, the tournament we came second in off of our first tournament, I think, first online tournament with a stand-in too. Yeah, we pretty much won every game that we won pistol. Here's a fun fact though. For our team, we have like literally a below 10% win rate for knife rounds. And on top of
I was gonna ask. I thought you guys didn't do well on knife rounds, but I'm like, oh, clearly I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm just like getting confused.
I think that weekend you guys won because it was a stat line that they talked about on the last day or the last round. They're like every single game that SXD you were SXD at the time.
Yes.
Were we?
I think so.
I swear this was like the last thing we did as SXD. Like,
yeah, it was.
Okay, yes, I thought so. They're like every single round that you guys won the knife round, and the only 2 rounds that you lost, the knife round, you lost, and that was the only 2 games that really mattered in the finals.
Yep.
But I think at the time the biggest issue with that, and this is what my pet peeve with tournaments, and I'm seeing a lot of majors change the plans, especially with being online now. I know it's tough to do in a long weekend where it's like only 3 days. You got to get it done, that stuff. But if you hit losers, you're playing forever.
Yeah.
So the best tournament I've seen structured so far was with our Rocket League team, where it was like 4 days of qualifiers. So once you hit a certain time or the part in the bracket, it says do not play until tomorrow at 7 p.m. Come back 7, check in, and play. Once you hit that part of the bracket, it stops. So, again, too many games is bad, especially when you guys are the team coming out of the top. Like, you guys should have had a bigger break, and it was rough. Yeah. It was hard to watch the team just not get a chance to kind of like cool down. But I think they did great. They got that second place. It was a lot of fun. We got some good press out of it from the tournament. They loved it.
Oh yeah. We were very happy with.
And I don't think anyone can complain about a podium ever.
Nope.
Never will.
We were super happy, especially like we had a stand-in playing with us as well because one of our players couldn't make it for that weekend. So with considering everything above, it went well. It went really well. Yeah, like with this team now, I'm super excited to see what can happen. Right, that
Me too.
even though our score line right now in the league is 3-3 out of 16 games, they're looking stronger than ever. Right, considering how this core was playing together for like the last 8 months and going this far into the leagues. Right, we're only expecting up from here. Right. Oh, on top of that, with the addition of our new coach, right? Sorry. Uh, as you guys may or may not know, I used to take on all three roles of the team. So coach, analyst, manager. I did all of that.
Yes, I was very aware of that. Yes.
Yeah. So having to step down because of work, we decided to bring in another coach to my standards, who had a very good reputation within the community already, which is Kelty SD or Steve. He brings a lot of tactical insight to our game. So in terms of taking what we have already and then revolutionizing it, in terms of making sure every player understands what's going on, he does a really 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 good job of that.
That's awesome.
So I totally commend him for that.
You need that kind of person
yeah.
as a coach for sure.
Oh yeah, you need that kind of person. You need that kind of mentality, right? You don't find that a lot nowadays, right? Yeah, everybody thinks they can be a coach nowadays is not that easy, right? There's a lot of tactical errors that a lot of newer coaches make, and they tend to not realize that. And if they just stick to how they play, they'll never evolve their game style or gameplay, right?
Yeah.
With Steve, however, because he's already been established inside the more or less the higher tier scenes of the CS, and he's seen everything, literally everything that he can see. He's like the perfect candidate. Yes, hydrate. Almost forgot.
I gotta hydrate. I'm like, my eyes are tearing. I gotta hydrate. Gotta stay fresh.
It's a very emotional conversation.
It is. I'm tearing up right now because I just yawned, but that's not because you're not because I don't understand what's going on.
Wow. Yeah.
No, I again, it's another thing. Like coaching is key. Having a coach, having an analyst. It's hard to do all of those roles by yourself, and I think you'll probably miss specific things for when it comes to when you have so much going on.
Especially in league
I
matches.
think Neff really wants us to talk about ALGS. He's like,
yeah,
it's. I'm really happy.
There are things happening this year. Apex hasn't done shit in over a year. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. It's been
3 years.
Like the scene has done nothing since what, season 4 or something. There was like 3 seasons. It was just dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now they're actually doing something this year. Like 2020 sucked for Apex. Corona or not, it did not seem like EA had any plans for Apex.
Mm-hmm.
And if they did, they just immediately scrapped them, right?
Yeah.
But at least this year, something may come of it. So it's about time they're actually doing something with that game.
At least they're not trying to plan a LAN in the middle of COVID. But that's a different conversation for a different day with a different GM. We're not gonna talk about that. Who's on the roster right now, Steven?
So we have 10 AM. We have Frequency, Nitsudge, or in your case, Nutsudge.
Nutsudge.
Who else? Zenith and Dangod. I think 5 of the most talented prospects that I've seen so far in this game. Well, of course, relative to everyone else in the league, right? Everybody on this team sort of has their own unique piece of the puzzle, and even though like it's a pretty young core, they fit together really well. Sure, you get spurts of arguments, right? But that's bound to happen no matter what team you're on.
Team. Me and Justin fight 3 times a day.
Exactly. But then you make up for it and you move on for the day, right? Same thing with these guys here. Luckily enough, right, arguments do happen, but man, the compromise afterward.
They're very mature in the sense that like they can argue and then go from there. Which, as sad as it is not a thing in this industry yet.
It's not, and
really
a lot a lot of teams, especially with the league or the tier that we're playing, they make roster changes almost like this if things don't go like right. With our boys, like we're super lucky to have these guys stick together, even though we did have some unfortunate roster changes within the last 2 seasons. But the majority of the 4 core is still around, right? Or the 5 core rather is still around. So I'm super happy to have these guys stick around.
Yeah.
Right.
That's great.
It's awesome when your core comes together like that. It just when you can just see your team functioning, like all the pieces are just kind of working. It's so satisfying to watch. Like, you can just see like the hard work and like what is it, the specialism like in each aspect, right? I personally love that stuff because that's all I pay attention to.
Mm.
I love seeing the little individual things that kind of like make the gears work, right?
Oh yeah. You should probably sit into our games a few times. I mean,
I always do. Always. I'm
It-
always just sitting there. I miss our little watch parties. We haven't done those in like 2 weeks or something.
Mhm.
Because normally I have like an idea of what's going on, then I have you give me excruciating detail on what's happening.
You see what
Oh,
he
man.
did there? Right? He just threw a shit smoke.
Yeah, literally, he's actually just been like, "Oh, I'm not a fan of this." I'm like, he took 3 steps. He hasn't done anything. He's like, now watch. He's about to do this, bang, and it happens. I'm like,
So then,
Yeah,
this is why you're the manager, and I'm not.
a lot of times, especially with CS, you can sort of guess what the other team is doing, and it's pretty obvious because a lot of people don't break their habits, especially with teams coming in from the lower tiers up into main, even or even past main, even advanced. Right? There's a lot of habits you can spot and pick out really easily. It's just depending on at that very moment, can you calm down and realize, hey, this is the same thing that's happening a bunch of rounds. We can go around this, or we can abuse this.
That's equal parts your staff or whoever's in charge, like IGL, to make
Mhm.
those decisions, right? Like you have to be able on the fly to just be like, this is what's happening. This is what we got to do to fix it. This is how we make sure we're covering our asses while we do this.
Mhm. Luckily, with Zenith, our in-game leader for CSGO team, like him and Celtic, our coach, they share a similar mindset. So they basically are hand in hand with each other. They support each other a lot. Needless to say, the 4 other guys too, they bring great insight as to how the team plays, right? And they all can contribute at the same time, which is the nice thing. Nice thing about this team, right? It's a young core that all has basic fundamentals all set and can adapt very easily to any situation you give them. Right? That's a lot. A lot of teams cannot do that. A lot of teams will have players that stick to their habits and never change it. And that's why you see a lot of teams go through a lot of roster changes because they're unwilling to compromise.
Yeah,
Right? It's not just CS in general, like it's every game too.
we've seen it firsthand too.
Mhm.
It happens all the time.
Oh,
It's the weird thing of this industry of if it's not well, it's the instant gratification problem of this industry, right? Like if our roster doesn't immediately win $500,000, we're gonna disband.
yeah.
Right.
Why?
But I think that
Yeah.
I think that changes in the tier 1, tier 2, with proper salaried and contracted teams. It should. Your 4 out of 5 should stay most of the time.
Yeah, you definitely still have that core that will stick together, or like you have like the 3 to 4 players are gonna.
But you're not signing guys for long term. Like at least right now with us, we're not signing guys for long term contracts because we can't, and we're moving so quickly. We're not signing a guy for, and we don't know if the game's going to be relevant in 2 years. So why are you signing a guy for a 2-year contract? Where you've got leagues like the Call of Duty League and the Overwatch League that are kind of better structured. I think in a few years, I still think we're 5 years away from seeing these long-term contracts outside of your CDL, your OWL, and your League of Legends. So we'll see what happens. But I would like for us to start trying to do that and bringing in teams and coaches that have a stronger long-term focus on the game and wanting to play the game long-term. A new game comes out like Valorant and it shakes up the entire scene for CSGO.
People who want to play that would be playing this game now want to play that game. There are players who didn't play anything remotely close to it that are like our 6 players jumping into Valorant kind of thing. It happens all the time. People will just pick up a new game and they just either are really good at it or they want to grind it, and now they're leaving an entire scene behind them. It's like there's so many people that blew up just because of like Val alone. I know it brought a bunch of like tier 2 and a couple of like you were saying, a bunch of retired tier 1 players are coming back.
Like the biggest one I can think off the top of my head is Wardell, right?
That's exactly what Minty just said in the chat. Like it's crazy. But it's a different game.
It is like the sad thing about Wardell is like I think he was one of the top prospects for NA, to be honest with you. He's a super flashy operator, but he makes gaps, like he abuses gaps like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right, which is why he's so like dominant in Valorant. Like he can abuse gaps like no other player can. Right? It's just because he has a deep understanding from CS. Right, and that's helping him a lot.
Yeah.
And if you look at most of the tier 1 scene anyways, it's a majority of CS players to begin with. Right, right. Because the gameplay, the base gameplay of Valorant is so similar to CS.
Oh yeah.
Right. All you really need to do is just incorporate the new elements of the new abilities and whatnot. And
CS go Overwatch.
That's exactly that's basically it.
That's it.
Which is why you see a lot of CS players start to move over from CS to Valorant.
There's a lot of good Canadian talent coming into Valorant as well. Like if you're looking at the most recent teams that qualified, there's at least one Canadian on every team, and I love to see that. It's huge for our industry right now for sure. We're just hitting the hour mark right now. So one thing Justin and I wanted to ask you is outside of gaming. Let's step outside of gaming right now. What do you do? What's your hobbies?
Oh man, outside of gaming.
Outside. You're not allowed to talk about video games right now.
It's hard.
I was gonna say no pressure.
Do you like cutting the grass?
There's no other aspects of our lives.
No, there isn't.
I keep
really.
trying to,
especially right now. Like, what is outside?
Yeah, what right now? What is outside? Aside from work, I'm at home all day. Man.
Yeah. But what do you like? Do you like cooking? Do you like not cooking, ordering in? Just having to chill.
Honestly,
like, okay, non-competitive. What's your non-competitive game then? Like, what do you do to unwind?
Non-competitive game.
If I invited you to come bake with me, would you be like, yay? Or
we need to do
like,
a J-Core baking stream. That's it.
Bake? No, but probably make like savory dishes. Yes.
Yeah.
I can cook. It's just I just choose not to.
All right. What's the chef cooking tonight?
Tonight.
If you were to cook us a meal right now on this stream, what are you cooking? Justin's making donuts.
Uh-huh.
I got a good
recipe. So Justin's got dessert.
Okay, so
Mahoov's got breakfast.
I don't know about that, but man, what would I make?
I love how this is the question you're struggling with the most. We've talked about things that happened like 4 years ago. You're like, yeah, this.
Yeah, because the thing is, when you're asking a question about, hey, gaming, it's pretty straight up. I only play one game to begin with. When you were saying cooking, you have, cuisine. What do you have in the fridge? What else you want?
No. It's open like what are you craving that you could actually make right now that like Justin and I will get like blown away?
How about a beef Wellington?
Ooh, that's so fancy.
It's not hard to make at all.
All right, sweet. Really? Next time we go to Montreal, you're cooking.
See, that's the thing about me. Like a lot of people look at me like, you definitely don't cook. That's the first. I
look at you and think you definitely play CSGO. That's about it.
Yeah, it's like you definitely go. You're definitely one of the guys that orders out all the time. Because to be honest with you, it's like whenever people come to my house, like pre-COVID, it's like, hey, let's get something to eat. I'm too lazy to cook.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Every time Chris comes to my house, I cook for him.
Big Bone Barbecue. Every time. Let's go.
Oh my god.
When we had Big Bone in the summer. It was so good.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that place is so delicious.
You guys remember that 1 month we were allowed to hang out?
Yeah.
And by hang out, we were allowed 5 people.
Piggy,
and we were like
came, Mahoov came. We had Big Bone. Let's go. We had the barbecue in the back.
I remember what it's like to have social interactions.
Good times.
Good
times. What's coming up next? When's the next game? Does Chris have any graphics that he's got to work on?
Let's see. The next game would be tomorrow, actually.
So
tomorrow
to put out?
Yeah, tomorrow 9:30 and 10. Or 10 unofficially. Just waiting on the confirmation from the other team.
Will any of those games be casted?
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe tomorrow.
So whoever's here, stay tuned on Twitter. We'll put a graphic out. If it says that there's a Twitch stream, we'll let you know. It might be here. It might be somewhere else. We don't know, but we'll keep you all posted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is it like that was like a very big fizzle out? Is that
a fizzle out?
It?
I don't know.
Is this how we're gonna like end all of our podcasts with no
sign off? Just end.
Just end.
Yeah, if we all just don't move, we can just call it, right?
That's perfect. Ready? Everyone, like freeze bandwidth. Okay, we're back. My internet's back up.
That would have been, if you actually ended it, I would have been so impressed by you. That would have been true production.
True production. Anyway.
Wait, there's a question in chat from Nep, I think.
Is it bruh?
No, I was not hoarding the hand warmers from, was it DreamHack?
We still have tons.
I found some.
I've been meaning to ask you guys for that.
But I still haven't gotten any. Justin still has them.
I found them.
Wait, so you've been hoarding it the whole time?
Oh,
I wouldn't
he's
say
got. He
hoarding
just says,
it.
"I have a stash." I also have it. I don't even have. I can get
How
them.
do you have a stash? How does he have a stash?
Wait, yeah, how does he have a stash?
Who did he steal this from? Is this why I'm short stashes? I should have like 5 stacks or something. No one's allowed to have warm hands.
I gotta talk to Alex. I gotta count how many we have left and be like, "Hey, you still owe us like 150 hand warmers." There's probably about 1,000 still at Waves, so we'll make sure that everyone still gets some.
Okay, I know who I'm nagging for the next week.
Right.
So
Chris,
yeah.
what do we have coming up for the content side?
Yes, sir.
Oh, from what I hear, there's a plan. I don't know if it's happening tomorrow. It could be a Jackbox game.
Among Us and Jackbox.
Among Us and Jackbox.
Because
if there's no
not for
stream
anything.
tomorrow for the CSGO team here, we'll do that here.
Yeah.
But definitely we want to get some more games going on in our community Discord, so make sure !Discord if you are not there already. And if you are watching this on YouTube, it will be in the description. But yeah, definitely more community level games. We want to meet everyone at a kind of a family level like we've always done before until we can get back in person and do some stuff at Waves. We have so much planned that we can't even do until we can do things safely.
It's so aggravating.
But
that's the only word I can say on a live podcast.
But we'll get there soon enough. But for now, stay tuned for that. Obviously, stay connected on our socials because we will get whatever is going on posted before it happens. You can follow all of us on Twitter. Other than Steven there, I think it's _CS.
Yep.
I'll just put at
QingLong _CS.
Socials. Oh, !! Socials. There we go. It's in the chat. And again, in YouTube, it'll be in the description. But for now, that's our first official podcast in the books. It happened. We did it. It's live.
Finally.
So if you missed it, you'll see
canceled?
it. I'll talk to the producers and see if we'll be back next week. We've got Noobsy on the block for next week talking about Rocket League. We do want to get every single member of the team on here at some point. We've got the next 5 weeks booked, so get in there. Yes, it's going to be crazy. We're going to try to keep it Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Can't guarantee when it is. We're going to post it on YouTube 24 hours after, and then we were going to, once we have enough, we'll start putting it out to your favorite podcast things so you can hear these beautiful voices on your non-commute every day. So
I know you're not talking about mine. Dude, I sound like I haven't hit puberty yet.
Justin's going to be listening to his podcast while he's at work. It'll be great. Guys, thank you so much for tonight. I appreciate you guys coming and all the work that you have done.
Yeah, for real.
We have a lot to do.
From the CSGO side, you are killing it. You have been killing it since day one. We cannot appreciate you more, sir.
It's all a collective. It's all a collective.
Quick shout out to all of our sponsors: Waves Gaming, Innovative Gear, Seagate Gaming, Zowie, Corsair, and Matcherino. That should be all of them. We appreciate you guys. We have all kinds of cool announcements coming up very, very soon as well. Hopefully new rosters, hopefully new managers coming out all over the place.
What we're doing so badly.
We're not allowed to talk about anything. It's just how things work. Anyway, guys, thanks so much again. We're signing off for real this time. Are we going to do a freeze frame?
Yeah, I'm down if you're down.
Anyway, have a good night, everyone.